Welcome back to Jaeger Racing, and today I'm pretty excited because finally Verus came out with their new wing for the Mustang. So I instantly picked this thing up. It came in the mail and it is Wednesday right before Super Lab. Pretty excited about it. It's a shame I won't have a splitter to kind of go along with it and give it that balance, but I'll rock a wing. Wings are always good. Overall, I'm pretty excited. The wing itself, they do such an amazing job at the design. They do such an amazing job at creating the mounting hardware and everything to go along with it. Everything I did on the Miata with the wing for that. It was definitely a lot of fun. It's a very cool wing. I thought it was very unique and very applicable for that application, and same thing goes for the Mustang. They created a really awesome product, and I couldn't wait to grab it. I've been following them closely, pretty feverishly I might add, to make sure that I can get a hold of this thing as soon as possible. So now I got it, and now we're gonna put it on. So here it is without. Alright guys, so here it is. Here's the new UCW Verus rear wing for the S550 Mustang chassis. Like I said, I'm pretty excited for this. Such a great piece of equipment. Great engineering that goes along with it. I can't say that it is amazing. It's always great to have these pieces like this and then be able to drop them on your car. And literally don't drop them on the car, you know, just bolt them on nicely. But yeah, so it's gonna mount up and we're gonna test her out. We're gonna see how it turns out. So let's get to it. So Verus makes this amazing base plate here. I've already bolted the upright into the base plate itself. You can see here they set it up where they have 3 holes where you're going to now drill into the trunk and mount it to that. They also give you this nice little 3M piece here that you can attach to the car so that it keeps this from scuffing all your paint all to hell, which I'm not gonna lie, with the aero load that's on it and everything going on, the likelihood is probably gonna scratch up anyways, but you know, whatever, it is what it is. This is gonna be an awesome little piece. They bolt in with these 2 little Allen heads here, and it's almost a shame they couldn't be black and be black hardware, because that would look amazing. But yeah, so get these 2 mounted up. Now we have to drill some holes in the Mustang after we get our width spacing. So I'm going to bolt the wing itself is going to go onto here, onto these 2, and once those are on, then I'll be able to kind of mark out where this is going to sit, and then I can just use this as my template to drill down, and that should easily give us the opportunity to bolt this thing right on. Now, something to note here is I have an S550 GT Mustang. This was made specifically for a GT350. Obviously these are different, but for all aspects it should fit exactly the same with the same trunk and all the other jazz. The big thing is the mounting holes are actually made to go into the GT350 wing. I don't have that wing, which is why I have to drill holes. So any 350 owners, they're just going to be able to take off their 350 wing and bolt this right up. And any guys with a GT that have a 350 wing already on it, they'll be able to just unbolt those and bolt this right on, which is kind of cool, because realistically, if you wanted to be that guy, you could literally have the GT 350 wing for the street and have this for your track day wing. And then you don't have any holes to cover that up. So pretty cool little piece there that gives you that opportunity, so you could actually switch back and forth and wouldn't make anything of a mess on the paint or anything like that. So that's actually really cool. And now we'll get to it and start bolting it on. Alright, so here's the hardware that comes with the kit. You have some screws here, washers, nuts, studs, and then for the end plates you have these with nice little washery guys, and the end plates themselves. So should be as simple as, I believe these ones here are going to go into the upright to hold the wing onto the car using washers and nuts. And then we should be able to take these and mount them on with there, and these should, and with these, should be able to actually hold the wing itself on. We'll see if I'm right. To bolt the base plate to the upright, you're using a 5mm head Allen key just to bolt that on there. And then to do the wing upright to the wing element is going to be a 4mm with a 10 socket. This is when it really comes into play, where you wish you had like a friend or, you know, something that could help, be super useful. But, you know, when you get excited about a new thing, you just jump right to it. Even though when you should probably wait. Isn't that life? Especially when you put the, I don't know. Alright, to kind of give you an idea, this is going to go right here, roughly, so you can see where the holes are. 1, 2, and 3. So if you go to this side, one thing you're going to notice really quickly is there's a hole already in the trunk. So when you drill that, it'll be relatively easy to get a nut on there, or to get a bolt through, or whatever you're going to do. And then obviously here, this is going to be on the very edge of the trunk lid, right here. So that's just drilling between a couple layers of sheet metal, and that's going to give you that right there. So this installation should be quite simple and easy. Alright, so now we're at the fun part. We're going to drill some stuff. So obviously this is a GT, again, doesn't have the holes already mounted, so we're going to put holes. So basically what I did is took the mount, I had it on the wing, I made sure the spacing was good. After making sure the spacing was good, took it back off, and now I'm using the curvature that it has, using the template slash thing that they provided, putting it down, knowing that it has to be as close to the edge as possible, and going back as far as possible. Verifying that that is as correct as I can make it. Now I'm going to drill some holes. As with any hole you ever drill, don't start off with the biggest one. Start a little bit smaller, work your way up. Positive also is that all this will be covered. So even if you really muck this up, it's still going to be covered by stuff. The one downside is a double-sided sticky tape, and I just drilled through this, and I should pull this off instantly after I marked it. And now I'll have to clean it, because otherwise there'll be metal shavings. So now I went through, I took this, I pushed it up through the hole, and made sure this fit in all 3 holes, making sure that it fit correctly, using the drill bit as the other spot so you can make sure all 3 holes are good. Now I'm going to enlarge the holes so I can actually get the hardware up through. Keep in mind, one of these is actually a stud, which they provide. For the GTs, it's a, you know, obviously again, we don't have holes, you got to drill them, so not a big deal, just 3 little holes. I'm going to make them a little bigger, and then we'll be able to bolt it down. So now we have our holes here. This little tool here helps to deburr, making sure it's nice and clean. Nice. That one needs a little tap of a hammer to kind of get that flat again. And get in there with that guy. It just falls into the trunk, it's okay. And there she be. Alright, so now you peel the backing off your double-sided sticky tape. after you get all your holes all ready to go. And I suggest loosely putting these in before you just smash it on down. Just double check, make sure all the holes are lining up. Make sure you get all your washers on.
Shown is the under-trunk brace required.
Alright, so now that you have everything bolted down on the underside, we can close the trunk again, which then shows our beautiful mounting plates here. And now all we gotta do is flip the wing back down onto here, put 4 bolts in, and it's good to go. Alright, so one trick I found when you're doing these these bolts here, and they have O-rings on them, put them snug against the carbon, then you're going to bring it here. We're going to tighten it so that it's snug, so the O-ring is nice and seated. Our other one up, push it snug against, then bring it back. Make sure to hold the carbon against it so that the O-ring is seated in the void that is cut out for it. Make sure you can hold your tool and then cinch this one down. Then grab your handy level. Make sure it's level. And you can snug it up. Good to go. All right, guys, the wing is now all bolted on. Everything looks good. It's fitting pretty well. One thing, the GT350 comes with a strengthening bracket under the wing itself. So either you're gonna have to source that strengthening bracket, or you just get a piece of metal, paint it black, and make a little bend in it. Pretty simple. Verus might even start making this so that when they sell it to GT owners, they can just completely bolt it on. Being it is quite a simple thing, they can just include it with the kit. Let's hope that they do that. I was a little bit of a test dummy, so they didn't have it for this one. They didn't have a GT to mount it with. So overall, take a look, tell me what you think, and let's go have fun at the track. Here it is with